Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. It's a battle on the province map. We don't see this very often. It's tier limited. I believe that's to tier 7. We're following Rimac from Fiddy Clan. He's in the T-34-2G FT, sometimes known as the bait tank, based on that, which is a Chinese tech tree destroyer at tier 7. He is on a mission, so let's have a look at that. It is TD-8 for the Object 260, which is based on 5 times more damage than the hit points of your vehicle, and based on his vehicle that means he needs to do 4,000 hit points of damage. To get honours, he needs to win and survive. So we'll see how he progresses with that mission. He's in top tier, so tier 7 and tier 6 game. And he's just heading up to an area where you can basically shoot down the length of the side where the enemy spawns. It's a shooting platform at sort of the HJ9 area, and it looks like that's where the T-34-85 is going, but it's got a rock here with hard cover and a bush, so I'll see how that bush affords him visibility protection. And they spotted KV3 who's advancing down turret facing towards where he thinks the enemy is, and he goes straight through the side of the turret, no problem whatsoever. He's firing standard rounds. Have a quick look at the gun stats. It's a 122mm gun, average pen 192, and the average damage is 390. Premium round is a heat round with penetration of 250mm, so shouldn't have any problems using the standard rounds here. And they've just lost their first couple of tanks. The T-52's gone and the Chi-Ri's gone, so not a good start. And there's the KV3 again, side scraping, which, yeah, not sure if that shot connected, but probably would have bounced off the tracks. And now there are 3 tanks down. Having lost the Comet, tier 7 medium tank, so that's a bit of a loss there. The Comet's quite a decent tank, similar to the Cromwell at tier 6. Good punchy gun, although low alpha. It's interesting that the KB3 didn't spot him, given how close he is. If you look at the mini-map where the KB3 was, but quite possibly from the side scraping, the commander's hatch area where there's a viewpoint from, didn't expose. So it looks like enemy don't know exactly where he is. So he's only had 1 shot go through, but yeah, they're down to 4 tanks down. So Artie's taken out another Chi-Ri. So they're losing tanks left, right and centre at the moment. A bit unfortunate, but again, this is a bit of a strange map. You can see both sides cross over and fight at each end, and just basically push down each line. So it depends how well teams defend and or attack on each line. So it's sort of like two different fronts always active at the same time. There's that KV3. Now he probably knows he's spotted, so he's pulling back a little bit. Remote goes through at the front there, and you can see he's just pulling slowly back. He's going to just get out of the way, I think, yeah, before he reloads, so going to get a shot there, but they've also spotted out a Jagdpanther, a KV-1S and a T-20 as well. And further to the back, heavy tank number 6 and a Stura ML. Okay, now the KV-3's poked out again and pays the price, so he's gone down, but so far Rimac hasn't been lit. There's the heavy tank number 6, that's the Japanese Tiger. He does a snapshot there, but looks like he's behind hard cover. So just come around to the other side of the rock. It's going to push up now. He's found a nice gap there. So I've got to say I haven't used this rock before, so I'm going to have a look at this Simone battles if we get it back on province. and he's decided to push up. He's not seeing any further enemy. Now, this is one of the other things you can do on this map is shoot back across the valley to the enemy tanks that are heading down the other side, but they need to be lit, obviously. You can see the view range is just a little bit too short to capture where the enemy is, but how he spotted the T-20 is right down to a one shot, but proximity spotted him, and of course he's been proxy spotted as well, and it's a bit dangerous. Again, enemy tanks on the other side can shoot back to spotted tanks, and luckily that didn't happen. And again, they're losing tanks now, still 4 tanks behind, and it looks like most of the damage is happening on the other side of the map. So it looks like Rimac's decided to go after that T-20. Now, there's no safe way to get down the levels there other than coming back to where the road comes up. You can't sort of cliff dive or find a spot you can slide down. They're all steep slopes or cliffs basically. So it will take a little bit more time, but it's giving them a chance to perhaps sneak up on that T-20, who, although we've spotted, may not be expecting anyone to come up from this track here. And in fact, there he is facing sideways, and he hasn't reacted yet. That is becoming a victim. So 2 kills now to Rimac. And he's just waiting until he goes dark. There's an AMX-12T on the other side. He doesn't want to lose any hit points unnecessarily. So he waits behind hard cover until he's gone dark, and then he can come back and move freely. So just coming back to where he originally was, just to again take cover there and see if he can spot that KV-1S. Now, something's lighting the KV-1S. It could be the T-34-2G. In fact, probably is. So just within the view range. Yeah, Rimac's got him, so so definitely being spotted by Rimac now because he's just taken spotting damage and gets the kill shot. That brings his total up to 3, and he's damaged up to 1300, so you can just see the counter ticking over there. So clearly assisted damage is not counting to that target, he's got to do the damage himself. There's some more tanks there. The heavy tank number 6 now. Looks like heavy tank number 6 didn't spot him, so that's interesting. This could be good camo from the tank destroyer, or the HT number 6 maybe hasn't got a decent crew in it. That's going to happen with some of the tanks. If you don't have a 100% crew, then you won't get the full view range. Okay, now he's spotted the OI on the other side. So he's got a bit of a pixel shot there at the side rear, and he gets that in, so it leaves him on 1 shot. And what does the OI do? He backs up thinking, oh, I wonder where that shot came from, I better go and have a look. And he falls victim to Rimac's gun. So that's 4 kills for Rimac. Takes him just over 2,100, nearly 2,200 hit points. Still got a way to go, but they've started pulling back the disadvantage. They're only 1 tank down now. So that's only helped by Rimac's contributions. Still some unspotted tanks though. There's that Stura Emil and the Jagdpanther, but there's also a Boogie, which is the Polish medium tank. And okay, we spotted the Stura Emil, and it looks like that's a proxy spot because he's been lit as well. So that has caused damage to the Stura Emil. And more damage, so he's picking up, let's go for 1,000 hit points of assisted damage, which come in handy at the end in terms of experience. And Stura Emil's just fired, so it's going to take a bit of risk come out here. It's got a good turn rate, puts a shot in before the Stura Emil can reload. And there's the Boogie. And he's going to aim for the turret of the Boogie. No problem going through the turret, but did take a big hit there from an M12. And that's one of the problems with Arty on this game. They will hide at the back around that A9, B9 area. Almost impossible to spot. We'll see later if that causes any problems. But Rimac pops out just to see whether there's any targets of advantage he can take, cross the other side, and also to go dark and come out. In fact, there's an SU-8 that's been spotted down in the middle. In fact, even you can see an arty there at B3, enemy arties move right across the map onto the enemy side. That's very bold, and looks like Rimac's searching for a target there, and to see, put some blind shots in to see if he can get any more damage. That one, there was a bit of a reaction there, so that looked like that hit the dirt, and they've lost another tank, so still one tank down. Getting down to the end of the game here, it's only 4 minutes to go. He's going to put another blind shot in. Well, this tank destroyer on the other side, the same model as his, so who's offering to help, and you can see that's the tank destroyer on his team. You can't see him because he's just outside the total draw range, so it won't display in your vision, but you can see him on the mini-map, so he's not going to fire again. Not that there's team damage and you can do anything, but obviously it's not going to be a good use of a shell if it's going to hit your own team. Now it looks like he's going to do the same thing he did before, come back to that lower road. That's where the Jagdpanther was last spotted. Also gives him another angle to come up against the boogie. So still two enemy arty, the medium tank and the tank destroyer on the enemy side. And they've got one arty and two TDs. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. He's still got a bit of damage to do. He's 2667, so he needs to do another 1300 damage to get to his target. So he's slowly trundling up the hill. Okay, it looks like the Jagdpanther has moved. There's a quick look to the right, nothing spotted. Still nothing spotted. Oh, there's the boogie. Took a big hit there. Well, not a big hit, but a big amount of his remaining health. He doesn't really want to be exposed to arty, so he needs to get out, back into cover. And there's the Jagdpanther. Gets spotted again. Puts a hit into the Jagdpanther. Jagdpanther hasn't managed to hit him. And he does take some more spotting damage. Jagdpanther gets taken out. That is very handy. So it's now just the two arties, so this game should be over. He takes a hit from the M44. That takes him down to 138. Can't afford any more. That was probably an anticipated blind shot. He wouldn't have been spotted at that point. But good timing there from the M44 driver. That's good play there, but now he's been spotted and he'll be on reload. One shot gives him the kill. That is his top gun, so 6 kills now. There's still the M12 to go, and he just needs to get dark. He doesn't want to be the victim of that. Wants to pick up the honours here. He can. He's just looking around for that target. Is he behind the rock? No, he's not. So he's somewhere there in the bushes. I was saying about the vision here is very limited with all these very dark bushes. Now the M12 is there, but he is now gone, and that is the game. So well done. 50 seconds to go, 7 kills, and he's just reached his target, just over 4,000. So it was an ace tanker game there for Rimac, probably not surprisingly. Got a few medals there. Got the Pascucci's medal for killing the two arties at the end, the high caliber award for most damage, and the Top Gun for getting his 7 kills. He did achieve his target for TD-8, getting 4,125, so just went over the target level. We didn't really talk about that much, but yeah, using a tank destroyer with high alpha is probably one of the ways to do that. Now, he ended up with 1674 base, so it's a very high level for the ace tanker. And on the other side there, Shell Sponge, another community contributor there from 7A Cav in the AMX 12T. So shout out to you guys. And he was supported there by the T-34-85M and the other TD right at the end there. Anyway, fired 19 shots, 14 of those hit and 13 of those penetrated. We can see he did end up with a reasonable amount of credits there. Just over 44k for a tech tree vehicle. That is a good result there. And another great game from Rimac. So thank you for the content and good luck with your future games there.